gave you like 3 weeks to come up with a character. And I don't
Yeah,
know why.
no, I'm going with the monkey idea. It's fine.
By the way,
monkey.
change your name now because you are no longer your friend. You're no longer my friend.
Oh,
Okay.
no!
Okay, your friend
Oh my
hasn't gone
God.
into a portal yet. Maybe.
I guess.
Anyway. Okay, so last time, a couple weeks ago.
The god Renee is angry.
You guys
Go ahead.
you guys traveled to the city of Bree in Everagil, had a conversation with the queens to get the location of the recently broken chain. You visited an inn called the Nervous Fae that made Renee nervous.
Made the Fae nervous.
For the night, I think it was the night. I'm gonna say it was the night. Then you wound up chasing Veroth as he ran off towards apparently a portal. Talked him into coming with the party instead. And then you made your way to the Everagil chain location. Met Aurelius, the leader of the Watchers. Discussed what had been learned so far about the chain. That it hadn't been long since it hadn't been long broken, and that they recovered 6 living people from inside. Still a little woozy at that point in time. That there was a way to remove the brand safely by essentially reconnecting the broken chains. We didn't learn much more about how that works yet. And then Renee and Aurelius chatted a little bit while everyone else started settling in for the evening. I think, unless there's something else you wanted to do. Aurelius discussed how there was something very different about Renee, even for a Fae, and revealed that he definitely was not born in the Feywild, but on the prime material plane under the influence of not 1, but 2 moons. And that's where we're picking up. How you doing, Renee? Actually, we need better music for this. Give me a second. Where's the tension one? There it is.
That awkward moment when you find out your Ruid is born.
At least it wasn't 3 moons and I was born on Kryn.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know anything about Kryn, so...
Yeah, I know. That's why I was kind of happy. It could be a Dracula or a Draconian and not know it.
Anyway, what's going on? So Aurelius is just kind of like staring at you. Almost like curious. He's kind of got like that boyish curiosity, even though he's in his archfey form. But you can still see like the kind of twinkle in his eye from the little half-elven boy form.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Just don't know. You're gonna have to let that one sink in for a bit.
Is there any questions you might have?
Ugh. Too many. Too long. I don't know. It dropped a nuclear bomb in my head. I don't even know what a nuclear bomb is.
Well,
Deep arcane.
I like to get right to the point. What can I say? Why beat around the bush?
Pointy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think on that one for a while.
That's fair. It is getting late.
I don't know. And the player's mind is kind of crashed right now.
All right.
Mostly I'm going to say okay.
Yeah, just
figure out
explain.
how I ended up in Arctis Tor, that would be nice. I don't.
I'll have to ask.
So I'm not Herminian, or am I Herminian? I'm still confused.
I mean, you apparently grew up there, so I'm assuming whatever happened there is whatever happened there. But, I might have a friend from there, or where you're technically from. I can talk to about that, see if he knows anything.
Whoever did it
Maybe.
played a really bad joke.
Your parents.
Use it to
Oh god, no, that just made it even worse. My parents loved me so much they dropped me an Arctis tour.
I don't know what happened. Maybe something happened to them. I don't know.
That won't leave a scar.
Who
Oh,
knows? I can do some investigating if you'd like. I don't know. Depends on how much you're interested.
yeah. Yeah, why not?
Sure. I'll
Once I get
talk
this
to a few
chain thing
people.
done, that'll give me something
person.
else to be concerned about.
Wouldn't be concerned. It's a lovely world, really. Mostly.
Side question:
Hmm?
how do we fix the chains?
That's a long story. I'd rather not tell more than once.
We'll wait till everybody's together then.
Yeah. It's probably for the
I'm
best.
Gonna go to bed now. You need anything else? Good. Yeah, I'll go down now.
I'm good.
I do the completely sober but flying like I'm drunk up and down side to side on my way through out the tent flapping through the forest.
Alright, you're making your way to where you guys are, the tent you guys have been offered. What are the rest of you doing? Are you just settling in for the night, or I know you were discussing possibly talking to Professor Homoa, but I don't know if that was something you actually still wanted to do or not.
We got distracted chasing after Quentin.
That's
Yeah, I
fair.
think so. We see Quentin fly in, and Gail's just like, "Oh my god, he got drunk? Are you kidding me? Didn't even share."
Yeah, hey, that's the way he looks. That's for sure. As he bumps into a tree.
Well, I certainly think you've seen better days.
Huh? Oh, weren't you all supposed to? I'm a little confused right now. I'm gonna go to sleep. Then he just powers on past, again, still bumping into every other tree on the way.
Fine. Be like that.
Ask me in the morning.
Go drinking
Hopefully
and
it
pass
won't
out
hurt.
and don't talk about anything. Fine.
He wasn't gone
Get
for
a
very
hangover
long
from
either.
this.
How did he manage to get that drunk in such a short a period of time?
Shots, probably.
Oh, that's true.
Shots
He was
of
doing
what?
Do you think he was doing shots with the head of the Watchers?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past the individual. He seemed like a college kid.
Must have really strong stuff out here.
I mean, they are in the woods in the middle of nowhere. They probably have, like, the stuff that's banned in the cities, you know?
Are you guys settling
Also,
in?
he's tiny. Wouldn't take much.
So little.
So now we're going into the portal?
Yeah.
I think we're going to bed, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
Maybe we can investigate the portal in the morning.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
You guys are settling in, and assuming probably taking watches.
Probably this is an unfamiliar area.
Okay.
If
Who's
we're
taking first
down.
watch?
I guess Gail can do it.
Alright. Roll a perception check. Why not?
Okay. Perception.
You're kind of settling in, keeping an eye like out the tent flap every so often and watching over everyone in the tent. PD's probably like snuggled up next to Renee pretty closely. You hear occasionally like someone calling for bandages or something, and or just for first few hours into the night, there's a little bit of celebration going on among someone you're not sure, maybe some of the members of the Watchers, just blowing off some steam or what have you. But it's pretty uneventful.
Someone's 21st birthday.
Definitely. But yeah, who's taking? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Can
No.
Gail kind of figure out why people are celebrating in the woods? If she just listens?
If you're just listening, it mostly just sounds literally like people blowing off steam after a long day.
Okay.
Pretty tense around here otherwise. And there's nothing else you want to do. Who's taking second watch?
Barrow.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Okie dokie. One quick sec here. I changed my setup by accident. Here we go. Perception. Alright.
I think by this time of the night, it's actually getting, by the time Gale wakes up for your watch, it's starting to quiet down. Kind of peek out every so often. It's campfires have been snuffed out. It's pretty quiet. Anything you like to do?
Yeah, he's really fucking bored. He's looking for portals. He uses his sense portal.
Alright. I already rolled for this because it was easier. So you detect 1 to the north, 1 to the west, and 2 in the general southwestern direction.
Jesus. Okay, now, when he detects portals, whether this actually means anything, but he's trying to sniff the air. He's trying to tell which direction smells nicer.
Well, they're within a mile. They're all kind of like varying distances.
Yeah.
You don't really smell anything different in any particular direction from the.
No? Even just like from like a nearby plant or anything, like any sort of tip off.
I mean, in general, because I don't think he's ever been in Everagil, the scents here are fairly pleasant. Like it's kind of almost rainforesty, but not quite as humid. So there's a lot of flowers and that sort of stuff.
He starts following flower paths to sniff them.
Okay, what direction?
Where is the thickest path of flowers?
Roll a d4.
It's a 1.
We'll say to the north.
Okay, he goes up to the north group of flowers and he sniffs them very thoroughly.
I'd say these are fairly well-known flowers. They look like they smell like heaven's petals. Very well-known flower connected to harmony.
Oh shit! Yeah, he plucks a few.
Mm-hmm.
And then he takes another sniff of the air as he continues more north, looking for that portal.
I'd say, so that residual feeling from using the ability, you feel like it's probably this one's probably just on the edge of the 1 mile radius.
Oh Jesus! Okay.
I'm gonna say when you detected it, I'll say the western and one of the southwestern ones you couldn't quite tell because they're almost from that position overlaid in the same relative direction, we're slightly closer.
He, with a couple steps forward, he stops, and he looks back at the rest of the party, and, he buries his nose in the flowers that he picked. He takes like a big sniff and just stares at them. And then he starts giggling as he starts running towards the portal.
Which direction?
Further north. He just continuously to the north one, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, so... Alright, so yeah, you continue towards the north portal and you just keep running, right?
Yeah, he keeps going towards it.
Alright. So we'll say eventually morning comes and you guys wake up and Varus is definitely not there.
Ira like scrunches up her nose and is like, "Never woke me up for watch last night."
And there's a huge pool of blood where he was. No, I'm just kidding.
What the heck? You replaced me
I'm
last
still
night.
asleep.
He was supposed to wake you up in a few hours.
He never woke me up.
Ran off. Went to go find the portals.
Maybe he wanted to go do shots.
Yeah.
Well... I don't know if I want to see a drunk your friend, but I don't think we should leave him alone out there either.
Time to wake Quentin. Lyra just finds like a stick. Pokes Quentin.
Shielded by sleep.
You feel a sharp poking in the side of your, we'll say, shoulder, Quentin. Could be a sword. Could be a stick. You're not sure.
Just standing.
Quentin!
Too tired to get up. No, not gonna wake up.
Quentin, Mab is here.
Wow.
I'm looking for something.
Fireball.
Nope, that's not it. I'm looking for a name.
What did he get last night?
Something strong.
Yeah.
Natalie, you're such a joker. And I rolled tighter to Petey.
I really thought that one was gonna work.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I thought stabbing him with a stick would be enough, but like calling up the ruler of the court should have done something, you think?
Well, I guess it's you and me off to go find your
Yeah,
friend.
Let's just hope we don't have to carry him back. I don't know if even I can do that.
Well, if worse comes to worse, we can just mark where he is and wait for him to wake up.
It's true. Well, let's go find the let's go find our friend.
Alright.
Alright, so you guys start heading out.
I have taken something off Gale.
Whoa!
Okay,
What?
roll a
With my right hand.
I'm gonna say roll a perception check, Gail, just in case. I doubt it, but just in case.
Yeah.
I did not expect that
plus
roll.
1 perception.
I don't think you can beat that. but-
Damn. Yeah, no. I have no plus 1.
Okay, so yeah, I'll let you get. What did you take there, Renee?
Say her soul.
Just for.
Something. Oh, give me a second. Now I gotta look. You guys go ahead. I'll tell you what she'll notice. I'll let you know, and she can notice later.
Okay, that's fair. So
I
you
looked at her
guys
character sheet.
roll one or both of you,
Rude.
either both of you or one of you with advantage. Roll investigation to see if you can find any sign of them.
You wanna roll?
All right.
So you go out searching, and like you'd think with how big he is, you'd be able to find footprints or something. Like he's not generally on purpose quiet unless he really wants to. He doesn't normally want to. You can't find any sign.
Not good.
I believe he's better at hide and seek than I am.
I mean, you do kind of trample around a bit loudly, so...
I do not.
Lyra, there's literally a musical instrument on your back, like thumping every time you walk.
I mean, I don't typically have it there. Like, if I was playing hide and seek, I wouldn't typically be careful.
Okay, well, we're in the woods.
I was just trying to apply my past knowledge onto this situation because your friend seems to have disappeared into thin air.
Also, you guys are like just on the edge of the camp too. While you guys are deciding what to do, I'm just gonna jump over. Ricky, you woke up. You the last thing you remember is yes, I can hear you. The last thing you remember is having a fight with your companion.
Yeah.
Her storming off, flying off, and then someone or something jumped you and you had a bag over your head, and now you're waking up on a very simple, like, think army cot with like a bandage wrapped around your head, but it doesn't seem like you're bleeding. But it's bright sunny day out.
Like bandage over their
Just over-
eye?
No, just like as if like because you had a bump on the head, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Just wrapped
Okay.
around your head. And
So, like, can Ricky sit up?
Yep.
Okay. Looking at where am I?
Make a survival check.
Okay.
See if you can determine where the hell you are.
Oh, Ricky's good at these.
Looking around, well, you're in a tent for the most part, but you kind of like peer around and out the flap. And you think you see forest? Looks like it might be pretty thick. And as you're kind of trying to peer out the flap, you see a snout pushing in through the tent flap, and then a familiar creature, I guess, on the ground and kind of flapping and flying occasionally, makes her way over to you.
Okay, so it like immediately recognizes Lacrame.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, but really quick,
Mm-hmm.
noticing forest. Was I in a forest before this?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say you're probably in Cavia, but not probably in Cavia, near-ish to home, but more in the mountains trying to decide whether you should go
Okay.
visit home or not, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say you
Okay,
were in
okay.
mountains.
You
You
can
know you're not in
definitely-
Cavia.
Okay. Ricky's just like kind of like spinning a little bit on the bed. Like I'm in a tent.
Yeah, it's like looks like a medical tent. There's a few rows of cots. There's about 5 other people laying on them in various states of wakefulness. Most of them are still
Okay.
asleep.
Okay. She
Lacrimé walking over to you.
with that like seeing that people are sleeping in here. Ricky keeps his voice down. And like his head's kind of spinning still, but he like squints and leans forward. Hey, Lacrimé, is that you? Where are we? And I think that Lacrimé would kind of just like, because I don't know where Lacrimé has been or gone.
I'll say that she has been she wouldn't have stormed off too far,
Okay.
and then she
followed?
would have followed when you got taken.
Oh, okay. So while Ricky's like sitting on the cot and like glancing around, looking confused, this little pup Drake just kind of like hops onto the cot next to Ricky and literally just the back of Ricky's head pretty hard. Not enough to hurt, or like physically damage, but pretty hard. And Ricky just kind of Ricky will just kind of like paw at the back of her the back of his head and just kind of maybe pull himself out of the bed and walk outside the tent to get a bit of a better look at what's going on.
As you walk out of the tent, and I assume Lacrimé probably follows after you, you see it's still fairly early in the morning, so it's still kind of lazily waking up campsite of what looks like not like a work camp, but these people look like they're here to do a job, that sort of thing. It's kind of outside a bit of a cave, and you're in I'd say, once you walk outside and you see the forest, you would most likely recognize it as, okay, this is either Everagil or one of the forests in Rolarian, but you're not quite sure which at the moment.
Yeah, definitely a foreign forest. Okay, Ricky just kind of like looks down at Lacrimé. Where did we go? Do you know where we are? Would Lacrimé, like, is she?
Yeah, she would know.
Okay,
she would
so in her draconic speak, she's just kind of like, I guess she fills Ricky in on what's happened. So, can Lacrimé let Ricky know, like, that she was like sacked and all that, or she just happened?
Oh yeah,
she.
I'd say she probably would have, when coming back and saw it happen and just hid.
Okay, so he just kind of like lets out like a vague, embarrassed chuckle. I really let my guard down. Is anyone in charge around here?
You see like a few people wandering back and forth, and I'll say looks like a young half-elven, looks feminine, you're not quite sure gender, sees you and goes, you're awake, how are you feeling? As she kind of wanders over, kind of just...
not too bad. Were you the one who brought me here? I don't really know where I am, really.
Well, you're in Everagil, but no, we weren't the ones that brought you here. Another group did. What do you remember?
Right. Well, I was spending an evening by myself, and that's about it. And then I woke up in this tent, so I'm not too sure what's going on. And she doesn't, or he doesn't say anything about what Lacrame mentioned. And the little Drake is just kind of like not really hidden, but the Drake's kind of like stalked off a little bit to the side of the tent and is kind of like leering at this other person.
Yeah, she just says, "Oh, that's interesting. Well, if you'll, give us a little bit, we'll be able to get you some breakfast, and hopefully we can help jog your memory or see if you remember anything else."
So you all found me then, or what?
We found you in the cave. And she jerks her head towards the cave. There were 6 of you. And I'd say that's when you would notice, down just above your totemic mark is the symbol that you, Josh, know as the symbol fixer, the like a little strange crescent symbol just above it.
Okay, so looking at his arm, Ricky's kind of like just like a little bit wide-eyed. Is this normal? Was this am I part of the gang that kidnapped me, or is this what happened?
Yeah, that's bit of a, I guess you could call it a side effect. It's something we're looking into figuring out how to remove, actually. Don't be alarmed, it's, as far as we're aware, it's not going to harm you. It's just
that's good.
I brand.
Feel quite fine, honestly. So I'm not complaining. I'm just kind of curious. So should I stay, or?
That would probably be preferred. We've got a group of, I guess you could call them investigators here. Commissioned by.
And they'll have to ask questions, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, they're looking into it. I believe that they were also victims to this. I guess they're calling it a cult. From elsewhere, so they're just looking into it. And I'm going to say, as you're having this conversation, we'll say this is when Gale and Lyra, you're walking back into the the camp, and I'll say you notice this. What do you look like, Ricky?
Oh shit. Okay. So Ricky is this shortish human-looking person. Definitely human, but there's like just like a hint of something. For someone who has like a higher perception, it would take you a second to realize. But not a guy, but quite the tomboy of a girl. But very much holds himself as just kind of like chill, low shoulders. He's got this cute little blue cap on, suspenders, blue like almost like jean looking suspenders on, a red little ascot on his neck there, just like pale smooth skin, blonde short hair, and he's kind of like hanging around near where there's a little silver kind of like a little dragon about the size of a small puppy, really small wings on him.
Basically a little bigger than PD is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, but quite like almost like a really, like they're really tiny because of how small this dragon is, but it's on its body quite large. These almost like deer antler kind of horns, but they're all in the same shade of silver that crosses the drake's body. I'll share you a little picture that really inspired Ricky.
Ooh.
Yeah. The dragon is obviously much smaller, though.
The dragon
Yeah.
is that big in its heart.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
But yeah, you two see this person, bandage wrapped around their head, talking to what looks like you can by now figure out is probably one of the watchers of some rank outside the medical tent, which is noted by the big red cross on the front of it, because why not?
You see the red cross is ubiquitous across culture, across.
Yep.
Universes.
While talking to this person, Ricky's definitely like asking who's these investigators, if you could perhaps maybe be pointed in their direction.
I'd say this young half-elven woman goes, yes, I believe... She looks like she's looking around for like either someone or a direction to point you, and that she looks around and she notices Gale and Lyra. That's two of them right there. Then you see the...
Oh, over there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, do you need anything else, or is that?
No,
is that all?
I have a few things to do for the morning.
Do I need to fill out forms for this?
No, you're good.
All right.
We'll
I appreciate
just,
your hospitality.
Look in
I
on you
appreciate
later.
Okay. Thank you very much. And Ricky just kind of like backs away with a short little bow and glances over to the little drake that kind of just actually like starts like walking away as if going out to the edge of the camp. And Ricky's like waving over at the drake and then just kind of like huffs a little bit and turns around to go towards Lyra and Gale.
And Nakame, is she following you, or is she still going towards the edge of the camp?
She definitely goes towards the edge. She's got like a side eye to stare at Ricky as she's wandering away.
Let's say she's like keeping you in her periphery.
Definitely, yeah.
Alright. So you see this person walking right up to you two.
Good evening, or day. What time is it? Looking up.
It's like early morning.
Evening or morning to you. You're the investigators?
Oh, I guess, yeah, we're the investigators.
Oh,
We're the-
perfect.
Cult? Oh, yeah, I guess we would be that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what she said, or he said over there. I'm not entirely... this is the first time I've ever been kidnapped before. I don't even remember it happening so much, but I would be obliged to give you the best help and information I can offer. I got this on my arm now. What is this? They said that this isn't a problem. So
You guys do notice that below the mark of Fexir is also a normal Kavian totemic mark. And also, Ricky, roll a history check for me.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
I'd say, even with a 3, I'll say you're not really the most studious, but yeah, she's well known enough. Lyra, you're not really hiding who you are anymore, I don't think, right?
Not out
For
here,
sure.
but with a 3!
Oh,
That's fair.
Ricky does
I'm
not
gonna, as
fucking
I
know.
said, no, with a 3, I'm gonna say there's something about one of these two. Now you're not sure. Looks familiar, but you're not sure what.
Ricky snaps
from
his
where?
fingers. I think I've heard of you. You two are famous investigators, aren't you?
Or
Lyra
what?
looks to Gale. I was like, actually, yeah, we are. One of our more, our bigger case. Sorry, I'm copying your accent here.
There's no worries at all. It's quite
Oh, no.
infectious.
that was out of character right there. Sorry.
I hate that.
This is actually one of our bigger cases so far.
I'd imagine, because I was told that you all also got this mark, like not this cavian mark, the stranger one, right?
Unfortunately, yes. So
Right.
at least we were able to then use our knowledge to start investigating into all of it.
Right. I mean,
I'm Lyra, Eastline, by the way.
Lyra, it's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I'm Ricky, and this is your partner,
Gail.
Gail. Beautiful name. It's a beautiful set of names. I love it. So, is there like forms that I could fill out for you, or I don't really know. Well, okay, wait. Yeah, they told me where I am, Everagel, right? And that matches your records. That doesn't make sense to me because I wasn't even close to here when I thought where I was.
Oh, the same thing happened with us too.
Oh, good. I'm glad that this is
Gail
normal.
and I were in were we still on Shelly Arenth, or were we in Relarian when we were?
You
you were in the Force of Mist when you were Dakin.
Okay. We were in Relarian and ended up in Stoniel.
Oh, right. So kind of the same thing, although it's like that we've been in different parts of the world and then get pulled to other parts of the world. That's awfully strange. But I mean, you've made sense of it, right?
We have some leads, and because we've been investigating for quite a while now. That's why we actually came here when we heard that the chain here was broken.
All right. I mean, could I help you with that? Because I mean, I don't really know anything, but I mean, at the well, I was more offering information. You might have assumed I was offering to help with the investigation, but now that I said that, I mean, I wouldn't mind either. I don't really have like a direction that I'm going at the moment, so I mean, me and my friend could possibly, like, I would kind of like to know why I was kidnapped. Yeah.
We would love to answer that question, but despite a month of researching for us professional researchers, we haven't exactly nailed down why yet. It has something to do with the cult.
But you got the nail, right? You just don't have the implements to nail it into the board.
Exactly. We're still working on the whole stopping all of this. You know, kidnapping people is not generally looked upon very well, especially when you're kidnapping people to try and bring an evil lich guy back from the dead.
Oh, who? What now?
Yeah, so there's like a necromancer lich dude, and he's got a cult who's trying to reanimate him, and they're taking people who were born under certain circumstances to try and deactivate some chains across the continent, but exactly why you were taken, we can't say for certain.
Ricky's just, like, her mouth is kind of just, like, gaping a little bit, and her eyes aren't, like, completely glazed over, but at the same time, he's, like, nodding slowly, like, trying to absorb exactly what you guys are saying. So, you guys are here to stop a big evil from killing everyone. That's what I'm putting together, right?
That is the goal.
Right. And I'm complicit with this?
Well, right now, you are an implement for them to be able to bring that back.
Ricky turns around and kind of just shouts out, like completely opposite from everyone. Lacrimate, come on. We could maybe talk about this. This seems like a big thing. And looking out, like she does not see this little drake. Maybe from the corner of one of your guys' eye, this drake is coming
Probably
up from
not.
this.
Probably Lyra.
Lyra, okay, so coming up from your side eye there, Lyra, this little silver long drake, tiny little thing still, but it's kind of like slowly slithering across the ground, like its belly flat, as it's like stalking up towards us.
Does it look? Is it like looking threatening?
When you look at it, its eyes are wide and the pupils are highly dilated, like a kitten about to attack.
Can Gale see this?
I'm gonna say roll a stealth check for Lacrime and roll a perception check for.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you should have
Regardless, Lyra's jumping up into Gale's arms.
Fair.
Let's see here.
Should be in your stat block, I believe.
I don't think Lacrime gets like proficiency, so it's just gonna be.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh my god.
She's pretty sneaky.
Jesus!
Gale hasn't rolled above at like 5 tonight.
Change your dice.
But
Oh
yeah.
my God.
So yeah, I'll just say at the last moment as this drake gets right up to like your ankles, Lyra, you notice it down below you.
And she just screeches and jumps into the air and like climbs on and jumps
That
onto Gale.
very instance of you jumping, Lacrime goes and takes out Ricky's leg, right in the kneecap. Ricky's on the ground, and the drake like pounces on top of her, runs across her face, and then runs around another like 10 feet back behind you guys, and is sitting on its butt, just like reared up and excited.
Lyra, what the? Oh, what the hell's that?
Ricky! Lacrime, that is not fair! We're not playing right now, and you know that we... And Ricky pulls himself up. I'm sorry about that. That's my friend there. That's Lacrime. That's my little friend there. Don't pay her no mind. She just likes playing. That's all. She doesn't do any harm.
It's yours?
Yeah. Well, I take care of her. Yeah.
Lyra
And
slowly gets back onto the ground. a little red, a little embarrassed.
oh,
Don't feel bad about that. Look. She looks scary. And she is, and like while she's talking, Ricky's like reaches down and pops his kneecap back in with like a grimace. It's really not that. She's lovely. She's a sweet little doll. You just learn to watch out for her. That's all.
She seems lovely.
Yeah, I mean she is. I appreciate that. Lacrime, she says you're lovely. And the little drake just kind of like is glancing back. It's on the ground again, slithering like slowly around us once more. Its eyes wide as it's staring. Lacrime, nah. Okay, hold on. Wait, are you guys leaving, or I could go talk to her? But I mean, I was kind of curious if I could. Where are you guys going? Could I catch a ride? I'm gonna take that quiet as a no, maybe. That was maybe rude of me to ask.
There's another member of our investigation group.
Oh,
we probably
right.
want to check in with first.
Of course. I mean,
he's in our tent. You can probably go wake him up.
Oh, I mean, you right? Not me. I don't know your friend.
Oh,
no, I mean, like your dragon, just go sick him on the fairy guy.
Oh, wait, what?
Probably the only person you can get him to wake up at this point. Yeah, he's like so interested in dragons. He's got his own. Like he'll hear a dragon footsteps and he'll just wake straight up. And if he doesn't, just sick the dragon on him, and he'll definitely wake up right after.
Ricky's just like wincing at you guys, trying to keep a straight face as the drake has found her way behind Ricky and is now gnawing at the back of her boot. Right. Here's the thing. I don't really get to tell. I don't know if that's a good idea, and I don't know if Lacrime would do that. It's not really my call. I mean, okay, which direction? I'll go. Yeah.
Lyra points towards their tent. And before you go, you didn't happen to see any really, and she starts describing your friend.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Anyone pass by at one point or another?
I mean, I don't even remember being here. I mean, I'll ask around for you. Not a problem. I swear I will, and I will let you know as soon as I see this tall, strange person you describe. Like Ricky's like shaking his boot off, trying to bat away Lacrime, who darts out into a bush. All right, okay. Yeah, I'll go say hello to your friend there, and I'll, thank you very much. I'm much obliged. Okay. Ricky walks away.
Okay, we'll say as you're walking towards the tent, Lacrime eventually just kind of worms around after you. And, you kind of gently open the tent flap and you see, Renee, are you still, like, passed out cold?
Oh no, Renee was awake the second they closed the flap.
Little shit.
See, Renee's got the map case sitting beside him that he stole off of Gale, and the maps are laid out in front of him, and he's making little marks on them, and he's triangulating distances, saying, "Okay, is there any relation between all the little blue squares that are on our map?" He's added to that map, and he's thinking that's about. I think the red X's are the actual locations of the chains, but he's put these blue ones in where he thinks they are, and they're close, kind of. But and he's like, trying to do all this. He's looking through this map, and he's got PD's sitting there with his head resting on his shoulder, and I'm like, this forest of mist. There's got to be something in there, PD. That's where that next one's got to be, somewhere in that forest. I'll put money on it. Although, it could be at the bottom of this lake.
Oh, wow. You're literally a fairy. And Ricky's like peeking into the tent there. Are you the investigator?
Can I help you?
Oh, what?
Do you not see that I'm busy here?
No, I apologize, and Ricky salutes and backs out of the tent.
I'm gonna say as you're saying, like, you say I'm busy here. I'm gonna say Lacrime kind of like worms up between Ricky's legs and like stands on her hind legs and is like sniffing at you.
Yeah.
And
Ricky
George
did not
Petey.
even see Lacrime get into the tent. Ricky's backed out now. It's just this little Drake at the tent entrance staring at Renee now.
Out you. Although, PD, go play. I know you want to go play. I sent PD off to play. PD does PD things.
Oh my god, Lacrime attacks PD, but never to draw blood. But aggressively attacks.
Well, they're over there doing their play. Petey's got little stingers going, the little tail stinger, bouncing off Lacrime in a way that will not sting Lacrime while the claws are going, and they're doing their thing in the corner. And
my god.
Petey, more towards Gale's bed, less towards So, matter of fact, whoever you are, new one, if you want to mark that bedroll over there as your territory, feel free.
Oh my god.
Somewhere Gale just sneezes.
I love how Renee is just so distracted. He's just like, what?
And Renee goes right back into the maps while these two play in the corner.
Okay, I'm gonna say as Ricky backs out of the tent, I'll say that Gale and Lyra probably approach. Unless you're going to do something else.
Are we heading back to the tent, or are we wandering
I
around?
imagine we were probably still wandering around trying to find your friend.
Yeah.
And asking people like.
I'm gonna say that you already spent a good couple of hours wandering all over the camp with no sign of him.
Well, I'm sure he will show up eventually.
While these two are poking around, looking around, for a moment, Ricky's like glancing around, like trying to even realize where the hell Lacrimae went. But then she catches these other two investigators looking around, and Ricky takes up the same stance, like putting his hand over his brow there, and like narrows his eyes as he's looking around for this tall fellow. And will wander up to random people and be like, "Hey, have you seen this like tall, bald, strange man? An investigator?"
Everyone's like, no.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep looking. Does he hide in like trees or anything like that? Like, is he hard to find?
Not a clue.
Okay, I appreciate it. And Ricky, like, kind of, like, starts drifting towards the other two, but maintains the stance that he's looking around for another person.
Alright, I'll jump back to Renee. What else are you doing with these maps? And you guys can mark on this map if you'd like, for your own reference.
So
we can.
now that I've gone through the maps and I've kind of looked at what I'm thinking, I get into my personal stash of stuff. I find the Tobo, and I go, why am I holding on to a Tobo? I can't remember what the Tobone is for. Hey guys, here, have a Tobone! And I toss a Tobone to the two dragons playing in the corner.
Okay. Lacrimae goes to try to catch the Tobone.
I'll say she
Petey
can do that.
fly, and Petey flies, though, and gets it in the air.
I don't think Lacrimae is very good at flying right now, so...
I'll say they can each make a dexterity check. See who
Petey
gets
dex
it.
checks.
Oh, shit.
Lacrimae gets it. She kind of like stretches up and like manages to flutter a little bit and catch the Tobone.
I feel like
gnawing on it.
Petey might have almost had it, but Lacrimae like fucking hops and then hops off of Petey and catches it in the air.
Probably.
And then fucking darts out of the tent with it.
Gail's bedroll is just getting like decimated in this conflict.
Destroyed. Clawed
Yeah.
up.
Care. I
Mhm.
have these tomb scrap papers. Remind me what was on those.
That's from session 1.
Fuck. I don't remember. Give me a second.
Because I have something I want to try now since I'm kind of alone.
Okay.
Blood magic.
I don't remember
Pretty
what
much.
creatures those were. You remember where you found them or what else I said?
I'm not sure they were from the first session when we were.
They were
woke up in the
first
tomb.
session. We couldn't make any sense out of them, is what I recall.
Oh,
They were
only
just-
only your friend could read them, but didn't let us know what they said.
Yes, perfect.
Do you have anything in your notes there, Josh? Because I'm drawing a blank on what the fuck these are. So I'm assuming it's something.
I don't personally remember.
So, your friend knows, and
Yes.
your friend isn't here.
Yes. Excellent.
Honestly, I don't think we ever found out what it was because it was like, oh yeah, you
Yeah,
can
we
read
never
these.
did find out what they were about. We just know. I know I found them in the tomb.
I think I found a
And there was something I
random.
couldn't make any sense out of.
You know what? I think I know what I'm gonna make them now because I can't remember 100%. What do you want to try?
And then I have one question before I try this. Was there something that was left? I can't, and I thought I wrote it down. I remember hearing something was left behind at this location, but I all my notes are about the party. Nat and her father, Gale and the wild magic, Val and his portal stuff, me and the two moons under the red moon. I honestly can't remember where I can't find where I wrote down anything about the actual game.
Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, this party is kind of very party focused.
Yeah.
Renee is kind of on his own game right now. But no,
Well-
I remember something was left behind, but I can't remember what. Or am I off on my brain thinking?
I'm trying to remember. Going through my notes. Oh no! Just that all that was left behind from these cultists leaving was that because they literally like melted into the shadows, so it's kind of like a oily kind of oily but not sticky, kind of weird shadowy. If that makes any sense. Residue, basically.
Okay,
I think it's what was left behind.
There wasn't like an artifact or something like that that was left behind because
No.
they kind of ran out of this place.
No, just that they actually still had like that residue of them melting into the shadows.
Then that makes this really easy.
Mm-hmm.
So while nobody's around, I look over and I go, "Hey guys, stop for a second. Petey, I need you. Come here."
Lakame is not there now.
Oh, okay. Well, Petey, come here.
She has the toe bone and has exited with it.
Toe bone's gone. Where did I get the toe bone? I don't even remember.
I feel like it was probably in that tomb. For some odd reason.
No, I got it I think from the arcane lab.
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
So I go, okay, Petey, I want you to catch me when this happens. And I will, I'm going to put my hand, I'm going to spread those tomb papers out in front of me. I'm going to rest my hands on the papers. And I am going to...
I see what you're doing.
Initiate a memory conduit.
The special ability thing?
Yep, knowledge absorption.
Roll a d4.
Somewhere in the woods, Gil is just like, I'm glad we can leave our friends alone. They won't like wander off or like do anything really dumb in their free time, you know?
Every time.
I just gotta reread my own feat that I wrote down.
Yeah, they're so responsible.
Exactly.
And that's why Petey was there to catch me and lay me down because I'm going to be incapacitated, I'm assuming, for the next hour.
No, that was now roll.
Was that a different D4?
That was a different D4. Roll a D4 for how many hours you're out for.
Hey!
Wow.
Go for an hour.
Have it.
We're just gonna sneak out really drunk.
One random kernel of knowledge, and you rolled a good number for this. You're lucky. Or we'll say helpful. I don't know how helpful we'll see. I'll say as you touch the paper and draw on the knowledge, whatever knowledge is in this paper, you learn that it is an encrypted note written in Draconic.
You know, get anything about what the note is or anything like that?
Nope. It's one kernel of knowledge, and that's what you learn. It's encrypted, and it's written in Draconic.
And I'm out for the next hour.
Yeah. Okay, so is there anything you guys? How long are you guys gonna spend searching for Veroth, and how long before you?
Longer at this point because Ricky's like walking back towards Lyra and Gale.
All right.
About an hour.
I'm gonna let them decide if they're gonna find you passed out. How long are you guys?
I was hoping.
So, like, your friend there. Sorry if I'm interrupting. Apologies. And she does like a quick little bow towards you guys. Your friend there, the tall, bald one. The climbs trees, or maybe some clues as to where they would have hid.
You know,
Continue.
that's a very broad amount of things he could be doing. He's really interested in portals, so like, I don't know, possibly in the woods. Right.
Portals, you say, yeah. And when we're talking about like doorway passages or the magical sort.
I believe the magical sword, he could smell them.
He can smell portal. You know, that's really strange.
He was a very strange individual. That is completely in character.
Right. Okay. Have no knowledge of smelling portals. But that being said, like, do you? And then I could start going in that direction for you all, if you really wanted.
You could start going in that direction?
Yeah, I mean,
what
to find your
direction.
friend or what. Oh, by the way, I went and talked to, I tried to talk to your fairy friend, and he was not interested in my company, and that's very understandable. He looked very busy, so I decided that I would politely invite myself out of the tent. So, I mean, if you wanted to discuss something with him, I'm sure he would politely and excitedly speak to y'all, but in my regards, he did not want to see me. I apologize.
He's awake?
At least he's awake. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
very much out of it when we left this morning.
Yeah,
he was
I mean,
sleeping at
that's...
the rock.
Well, would it be disrespectful for me to say what I saw, or...
Oh, no, please, share.
Oh, he was over a map, it looked like, or like a big sheet on the table, it looked like. He was looking at it very intensely. I am assuming that you're all aware of that, so it's not a secret, and I didn't breach any trust with him, not that I know him.
You can, like, physically see the 3 dots over Gale's head. Just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That fucking fairy. He stole, and she's gonna look for the map.
Yeah, you don't see the map. You don't see the map on you.
He took the map and he pretended to sleep so he could run off with it.
Oh, is that a bad thing? Oh, wait, sorry. This is between you two, right?
I mean, you brought us the information, so.
Right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
that was, it belonged to you, though. I appreciate that. Yeah. So, about your other friend, do you want me to just start walking in a direction, or?
At this point, I think he'll probably just show up. But also not really sure.
I mean, you know him well, right? Like, he's another investigator along with y'all. You've been together.
Yeah, we all woke up in the same place.
Well, y'all seem real mature and very headstrong, so I'm sure that he'll be right back for you.
Yes, these are all descriptions of people in our group.
We are very mature and definitely headstrong.
That is very much my impression. I'm very honored to be in your presence, especially in that you are famous investigators, which is very exciting considering how difficult this investigation has been for y'all, that it must be quite the mystery.
It really is, and that's why we're very glad that you were able to share what information you had with us.
Yes, about your friend stealing, yeah.
And also of your own kidnapping and subsequent branding and waking up in a different country.
Right, yeah, it's quite odd. I'm not a fan of that, but I'm glad I could help.
Yeah, you're actually the first subject we've talked to who has also been kidnapped. So.
No, remember we met the one person on the road.
Oh no, okay, second subject.
Second.
Right, yeah, because I mean, if I were investigating... Oh, I'm not going to tell you how to do your job. No, never mind. That was awfully rude of me. Never mind.
We'd gladly hear any suggestions. After all, a good investigator makes sure to take in all evidence.
Right, okay, right. I mean, I fully do not mean any sorts of disrespect I'm sure that you actually are about to correct me on why you did not do this, because you are so esteemed. I would just imagine, in my unknowledgeable way of being an investigator, in that I've never been one, if I were investigating this, I would have talked to other people with the same situation, but that's got to be pointless because they all had the same experience as you, I can only imagine, and there couldn't be nothing to learn from that, of course.
We did, actually, already talk to everyone who had that same experience. They're mostly in our group here, and the other person that was in our group already talked to.
Oh, wait, so this has only happened, like, twice? Like, you guys and then me and just me? Or...
Yes.
I think it's 3 times.
Twice.
Twice? Okay.
It was just twice.
Wait,
Okay.
where did the person on the road come from?
Our group. They just managed to leave before the rest of us woke up.
So there was, like, what, 6 or 7 of y'all? And...
Well, 5.
5.
Right. And then 1 of me.
6 total.
No, so there's other
There's
of
more
you.
of you.
You're just the only one who's woken up, I believe.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say, just as a knowledge here, note, whatever, the more, actually I'll say more both Gale and Lyra are talking, you're starting to recognize the accent as Shellerin. So Shelly Errand. That's about it right now. Do what you will. Continue.
So, right. Okay, but now, so, I mean, now this is just an odd request, perhaps. I don't really know what my next plans are, so could I just hover around y'all and, like, I'll stay out of your way? Or, if you request, I would happily, like, polish any of your armor or your weapons. I'm quite practiced as a squire. I would love to be of a service until I can find my own way and no longer bother y'all.
You're practiced as a squire?
Yeah. Like I served with knights is more what I mean. I mean, and every kingdom's a little different, but of course.
Did you serve in Cavia?
Yeah.
Lyra, roll a history check. And actually,
Alrighty,
Gale can as well, because they actually would have been vaguely around.
Gale in history. Oh, I actually have proficiency, it's just still not good.
Your history checks are slightly different based on, yeah. It makes sense, because they weren't really quite as big yet when you were young. Lyra, I'll say as... Sorry?
Our history is her future.
Yeah, basically.
That's fair, yeah. I'll say Lyra, as Ricky is mentioning, like, served with knights and that they're from... And you would have noticed the obviously the totemic mark, so pretty good guess that she's from Cavia. You vaguely recall a order of knights that's actually assigned to the protection of the royal family of Cavia, like across Atemnity, but particularly they're assigned to protect the Cavian royal family, called the Knights of the Silver Heart. You don't know much more about it, but you know like that they exist and the name of it.
And does Ricky seem to kind of fit what Lyra has?
I wouldn't say you don't really know an awful lot about them. You just know that they exist and it's the Knight Order in Cavia. That
Are you part of the Knights of the Silver Heart?
So
Oh
what?
wow, you really are a good investigator. Are you one of those? I've read books of investigators where they just look at you and they know your entire history. I mean, you just did that to me, so that's scary.
Yep, that's Lyra. She takes one look at a person and she knows everything about everything.
That's a little scary.
Not everything. Everything's a bit of a
good,
stretch.
because I don't think I want you to know everything, because some things, I mean, we all have embarrassing stories, right? We all, right?
No, like she literally looks at a person and then like a little taskbar comes up and it's just like greatest fear right there.
That is not true.
It's basically true.
Okay, well, I mean, if you did learn anything about me that's embarrassing, I would be so in your debt if you did not humiliate me on purpose. That being said, I guess you've earned it with your esteemed talent, but I thank you in kind beforehand that you don't. That being said, yeah, I mean, I've been a squire in the past, so I mean, if you were being investigators and wearing that big heavy armor of yours, there, Miss Gale. Do I call you by investigator Gale? Is that the proper title, or do I just call you Gale?
Oh, yes. So I primarily go by investigator. No need for myth.
Just okay, investigator. But investigator, you have this beautiful armor, and like I could help fashion that for you, adjust, polish. I can actually see you have some chinks on there that I would just be glad to fix up for you. And I don't ask for anything at all. I could even catch my own food, so you don't have to worry about me. Not at all.
So my armor is actually a bit of an old model, so I don't really let anyone touch it.
Gotcha. Very offensive of me to request that.
No, it's fine. But I mean, if you want to tag along, I guess we're not exactly throwing out people who are involved in this whole cult shenanigans thing.
Right.
We're here What are your skills?
Yeah. Give us the lowdown on what you do.
So I mean, I can shoot. And she'll like reach behind herself and just like tucked behind her trousers, she'll pull out a bow that was actually wait, let me double check here. Did she have a bow? Yeah, a long bow.
Yeah.
That's like tucked down her one pant leg, up behind her the back of her suspenders. Yeah, I mean, like, I know how to shoot an arrow or two.
Always a good skill to have.
I definitely have been in a scrap. I can handle myself. You don't have to worry about me, none at all. And I would be a lot of help, I swear it. I know it. Of course. That and Lacrame, she's very scrappy herself. She just kind of does what she does.
Well, we'd have to ask Quentin, and we'll have to ask your friend when he shows up at some point, but I'm not opposed.
Yeah, I mean, she'll turn up. She always does. And Quentin, that was the friend of your... That's the fairy, or is that the bald one?
Quentin's the fairy.
Quentin, okay. That's quite the investigator name. But you all go by investigator. Those are your titles, yes?
Oh, yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, lead the way. I don't want to intrude.
Alright, so I'll say you guys start walking back towards your tent, I assume?
Yeah.
I'm sure Gale wants to go find out what Quentin's doing with her map.
Oh,
fair.
Yep.
Okay, we'll say, given the conversation and a little bit of searching, we'll say you walk back in and let's say Quentin is still laying passed out cold. Let's say Quentin, you have like 15 minutes before you wake up.
Okay.
I did not see that. He was over the map, I swear.
Probably pretending to sleep because he knows that I'm going to figure it out. And yell at him. Gail's gonna go over
I
and
didn't have
start
time to
like
put the map away either.
like-
So the map, I'm
like-
passed out on the map
Yeah.
on top of the team papers with the freaking little
Yeah.
with your map case right beside my head.
she'll like
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, she'll like remove the map case and just start like nudge kicking
Done.
him with the end of her boot.
Not waking up.
Also, it's at this point where we learn Lacrime's not far because there's little dragon talons that are clawing up the tent, climbing up to the top of it.
You hear like a little scrabbling sound of this dragon climbing up the side of the outside of the tent.
I can repair that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not ours.
Oh, excellent. Great. Yeah, because she's about to make a mess.
Okay, let's say. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Do you want me to do like some sort of medical treatment on your friend? I'm not practiced, but I could attempt it, or I mean, not to step in on you two.
Anyone who wants to can make a medicine check if they want to check on Renee.
I mean, can you Pavlov him to not steal maps in the future?
I absolutely cannot do that, but I could request it with all my.
Lyra, you kind of look over Renee. It looks like he's just kind of passed out, but it doesn't look like doesn't look completely natural. Not necessarily magical, but not necessarily natural. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like she shouldn't be out too much longer.
I think
Lacrime is
someone-
like sliding down the side of the tent, tearing a nice hole. Okay, hold on. Ricky moves away to chase after Lacrime now.
I think she probably like just stares at you the biggest, cutest eyes ever.
You're in a good mood tonight. This morning, I'm mixed up with time from being knocked out. That was very rude of you to mock me for that. I mean, I was hoping that maybe you would have had my back. Although you did come follow along, and that I appreciate that, despite all that we had argued about. Thank you, Lacrime. But
She rolls her eyes and snorts at you.
Right.
Petey pounces. As soon as Lacrime's in the tent, Petey pounces.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Lacrime's fucking on top of They're fighting again.
I'm gonna. Well, hold on. I'm gonna say PD can roll a attack roll, I guess. To try and see if he can actually pounce on top of her.
You have two aggressive dragons. in your
What's
group
his?
now.
What's the Lacrime's AC? I think it's.
It's 17.
Yeah, so like, PD goes to pounce and Lacrime kind of like dodge it, just kind of leans off to the side, and PD goes sailing past. And I say like,
Totally would, like, pounce back and like, not like at that point, like, pounce back on top of PD and like fucking roll around and get bitten and stung by PD playfully as
it's playtime.
Yeah, they're playing again. And she
Okay.
still has the toe bone in her jaw.
fair,
That's what Petey's after.
Yeah.
fair. We'll say like you guys watch the two little dragons wrestling around, PD trying to get this toe bone out of Lacrime's mouth, and let's say about 15 minutes passes and you start to regain consciousness, Renee.
Gail is just like not kindly just kicking you with the end of her boot.
Fair.
Oh, Gail, when did you get in? Why did you leave your maps out?
I didn't leave the maps out. I left them in my.
They were here
I'd
when I woke
pocket.
up.
Yeah, I'm certain they were, considering our new friend informed you that you were up and looking at maps before your dragon went crazy.
No, I fell asleep again afterwards, but they were here when I woke up first. I was looking at them, and your maps are so boring they put me to sleep.
Mm-hmm. That is something that Investigator Gale would 100% believe.
Investigator Gale?
Yeah, didn't you hear? We've been
What
investigators
nonsense are
for
you
a month.
talking about?
The new nonsense that we have been informed of by our new friends. Because
Lyra, what is
your
this
friend
madness
is
she is
missing.
speaking?
You know, Quentin, I think it's best to quit while you're ahead here.
Y'all have quite the humor between each other.
She's the
I
one
can
making
tell.
up this Investigator Gale thing. She's just
We're all-
Gale.
We're investigators.
I mean, I just assume that, because good sir, fairy investigator, Investigator Quentin, it's a pleasure to.
It's just Quentin. I don't know where this investigator thing comes from. It's
Of
just
course,
Quentin.
you're very
Who are
formal,
you?
Of course.
Who are you?
I'm just Ricky. I am not an investigator. I actually I got this tattoo, this scar on my me right here. I believe the same as y'all.
Hold it, stop. Ricky,
Yeah.
do me a favor.
Uh-huh.
Outside the tent, go 50 feet and stop.
All right. Pleasure.
Trust me on this, just go.
Yeah. And she walks right out.
Okay. Ricky walks out.
I'm counting. You see me counting on my fingers. She should be there by now. And I hit mine and go, "Hey Ricky, can you hear me? Come on back in."
You can hear him.
Oh, Jesus. It does not freak her out too much, but she's
I
definitely
mean,
confused
it's similar to but
but it's gonna be
it
a
makes
different
sense.
vibe, I imagine, right?
Well, I'd say it sounds very similar, but as far as you know, you don't think there's any fairy cavians.
Yeah.
As far as
I
you're
can just
aware.
imagine, normally when she's spoken through her Cavian totemic mark, it's like a more comforting, warm kind of
Yeah, that
feeling,
makes
where
sense.
it's a little more sickly to her. She'll just kind of
A little foreign.
walk awkwardly back in.
Okay, good. So that worked.
Right. You can. Okay, I think I'm piecing this together quite fine myself. Probably.
They work like a mini one of the big one you've got there in your arm.
Wow. Wow. Okay, so I mean, bonus,
Only
right?
to people who have the mark.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I guess it works a lot in the same way then. That's a good thing, right? We want that.
Well, I guess I don't know. Probably not, but it's probably going to kill us. But who cares? Gail,
Yeah.
where's our friend?
Yeah, so about that, no one has seen him all morning, and he didn't work.
I go back to
our
my
dear
arm and I
friend
press
out.
the thing on my arm and go, "Hey, my friend, Varoth, get back here. Where are you, buddy?"
No response.
Oh, one sec. I know what I can do. And Lyra will cast Sending.
Ah!
Hold on, I gotta read something. 1 second.
Yep, I know.
1 second.
It does cross dimensional planes, but there's
I
a
know
percentage fail.
there's a chance. I
can't
gotta
remember
read
what
it.
it is.
It's like 5%, I think.
Meanwhile,
She's definitely roll a D100.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna say it has to be 5% chance. So it's 8. So I think that would mean it does go through, right?
It was either gonna. I either need it if it didn't go through. It was either gonna be 5 or less, or 95 or higher, depending on how you were gonna roll it.
okay, Kara, can you pull me to a private chat really quick? I need to know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah. 1 second.
Amazing.
We're back.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay. Basically, I'd say he's like just barely gotten into the Feywild, and then you can
okay.
make up. He's in like a field or something. You can make up
so it's
what you
quite
want in
nice
there.
where he is then, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It looks very
okay.
similar to where you just were. There's not much of a transition difference other than the obvious feeling of stepping through a portal.
Smells like a little bit more exotic. I'm assuming.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
But
Anything
very similar.
interesting around him right now, or is it just a field?
I'll just say it's like a tall grass field. Probably some trees in the background, some distance away.
Okay. Okay, perfect. That's good enough for me.
Okay.
For time he was
Alright.
missing and when he left. So let's not point fingers, little one.
Okay, what were you going to say, Lyra?
Lyra will say, "Hi, your friend. Wondering where you went. We're getting worried about you."
Okay, perfect. It's not very long after the message gets sent. It starts with like soft chuckling. Just Lyra, is that you? I'm trying to find something fun to do. You guys keep giving me boring places, but you gotta find me. This is getting better. It's getting better. But it's still quite boring for what I usually. And it cuts out.
I was gonna say ran out of words a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there he cuts out.
Well, your friend has gone somewhere.
No, I mean Lacrime. I think she's just in that corner there.
No,
No,
that's
no,
the name
no.
of our friend. He goes by your friend. His name is when he introduced himself, it was as your friend.
My friend.
Yep, your friend. That was the name.
Lacrime?
Like who's on second?
Who? Wait, where
exactly.
is that? This is really confusing. I love your humor.
Welcome to the last few months of my life.
Right. Right.
And I'm a fae. I'm already confused. Oh, and Lord, am I even more confused after last night. Anyway. So, oh, hey. Ladies.
Yeah.
And Ricky?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
Quentin. Sorry, I think I did that already anyway. I'm Quentin. The little red one playing with your friend is Petey.
Oh, pleasure to be. I was gonna ask, but I mean, you were very busy earlier. But are you like you have a dragon of your own? That's amazing.
We're buddies. We're not. I don't really have a dragon. He's my buddy.
See, that's basically how I know it too. Like, I don't own Lacrime. Lacrime, I try to take care of her because she's just a little one. But I mean, we're friends, right? And I do my best.
Kind of the other way around for us. I think Petey spends most of his time trying to take care of me.
Wow.
But anyway,
that's very nice.
So here's what I did, and I go, Gail, since you were nice enough to leave your map out for me. And I duck when she goes to hit me.
Dodge action.
Just say you duck if she goes to hit you.
Here's the locations as near as I can tell to where the chains are that we know of. These two, and I point towards the ones in the blue box I made in Stoniel, and the one I made up here in Everagil, are the two that are broken. And this one over here in the plains, that's the one that didn't break yet, but I think they're guarding. Now, as I recall, that leaves 2, right? Or is it 3?
Well,
You were
there's
told
one in each
it-
kingdom.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
So there's going to be one over here somewhere. Probably, I'm thinking the Forest of Mist as I'm looking at this stuff. Because all of these seem to be in areas that have some sort of significance of some kind.
So we're missing the ones in Sorelia, Valarian. Oh, who'd we lose?
Oh no. We
Stress.
have no Gale.
We
Yeah,
have
that's the
Gale.
stress.
Just to interrupt real quick, just out of curiosity, I imagine this isn't secret, but these chains you're talking about, that's what you were mentioning before about the lich that
Yeah, they're
one-
containing his everlasting soul.
Right.
They broke in ancient days. They broke his soul up into a bunch of pieces. Then each country is holding on to a piece. Kind of
And-
have it chained down. And when we say chain, I'm putting chained in air quotes because it's not really like a iron chain.
Right, it's like a metaphorical sort of chain,
Metaphorical chain, kind of a box. Think of it as a prison for a part of the soul.
right? Right, and we're thinking outside of the box here.
Well, and what the bad guys want is they want to get all the pieces outside of the box so they can put them back together.
Right, yeah, and this lich here, does they go by a name, or is it an ambiguous lich?
He who shall not. No, I won't say that because that's just going to get us all.
You shouldn't even not say their name.
That'll just get us sued. Give me a minute. I'll give you his name. I got it written down here somewhere. He is known as the Soul Reaper.
Right, that
Cool.
sounds
No,
like
don't
a
it?
very appropriate traditional name for a lich.
I believe his name was Fexier or some schmuck like that. Anyway, so after talking to our local friend here that I just made last night, if we can manage to get the two pieces of soul that are been broken out back and put them back into the chains, we'll probably have the marks removed off our arm.
Now, just to clarify, the marks are bad then. I mean, it seemed interesting. You were, like, communicating with me with it.
Don't know.
Right. But, I mean...
Matter of fact...
I was knocked out, and then they forced this mark onto me, so it must be bad. I'm only assuming.
Yeah, we really don't know. We don't know what they're for. We don't know what they do. Although, and I reached down and I put my hand on the papers I have in front of me. Y'all remember these when I found... God, Ricky, your accent's bad.
Oh, it's I've been told it's quite infectious.
But, if y'all can remember, I found these in the first tomb.
Right.
After we had that visit with the mirror, I learned that I have this thing I can kind of do. And I was able to pull a little information about him out. Problem is, that makes me very, very sleepy afterwards. And I don't know exactly what I'm going to get most of the time. But this time we got lucky and I got, I think, something useful, and we just need to find somebody who speaks Draconian.
Draconic?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, right. Oh, I mean, I can. I didn't understand all the other hubbub you were talking about with the mirror and all that, but, I mean, I can speak Draconic, of course.
That was before your time.
Oh,
Lyra?
right. Like, real old?
No, like a month ago.
Right.
Before you were with us.
Oh, like, not before I was born.
No.
That makes sense, yeah. Because I didn't exist to you beforehand, so before
That's
that
right.
time. Right.
And since you didn't exist in my world, you did not exist.
That's true. I've often felt like that, yeah.
But anyway, so Lyra, you don't speak Draconian, do you?
Nope.
Well, then I say we enlist Ricky. Okay, first, Ricky, you need to understand something.
Yeah.
If I give this to you to read, you will either be part of us or I'll have to kill you after you tell me what it says.
All right. So, is there, like, before I look at this paperwork, is there other paperwork so I realize what I'm about to get into? I want to
Nope.
help. Okay. I'm just curious. What is all this?
Everything is top secret, and if I tell you, I have to kill you or you have to join us. But you
Ricky's
have to-
like straight up sweating. All right. So, right. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to die. I don't really know what my alternatives are. I guess I could just
I
start
think-
walking.
At this point, Locker may just kind of like comes up behind you, Ricky, like headbutts your calves.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay, yeah. I mean, of course, yeah. I could absolutely, I could do this for you. There's no reason for you to want to kill me because I'm in it to win it. Just to point me to the page, I'll read it right now for you, word for word.
first, I need you to come over here to me.
All right. And she'll like stumble forward, but like is like keeping an anxious side eye over at Lacrime, knowing that she's like fucking on the fritz right now.
And let me see your arm.
Right, the one with the mark.
The one with the mark.
Here you are.
And I hold Ricky's arm out and with that mark up, and I pass my hand over the mark, and I repeat some gibberish in Sylvan. And I will end by casting Druidcraft, creating a small sprinkle of lights out of it.
Can Ricky get a vibe of what this was? Whether it was complete...
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay, perfect. Excellent.
I'd say you know enough, and like your magic's kind of naturey based that you know enough that this looks like some sort of druidic type spell.
And definitely ritualistic at this point is what she's thinking.
16. Oh, that's
Versus a
actually
25?
decent. Well, that's a deception check, though. This is not really.
I mean, it's a magical deception.
Yeah.
I know, but this is more just being able to tell the kind of magic just watching it, not necessarily that he's being deceptive about it.
Yeah. No,
Like
that's
just
fair. I think,
from the
like,
magic.
I think it, like, without being harmful, she kind of like believes that this is not like a deep dark magic, but it's a druidic kind of ritualistic like pact
It looks.
sign what she
I'd
does
say
now.
she knows enough to know that it's a very simple magic.
Okay.
She doesn't have that
alright.
spell, so.
That didn't hurt at all. I appreciate that.
It's not gonna hurt now. So here's the deal, Ricky.
Yeah.
I've learned a few things about these marks.
Right.
I've just sealed yours to the group.
Okay. Yeah.
Anytime if you decide to backstab us, turn away, run, I can kill you for any distance through this mark.
Right. Okay. That's very scary. I will make sure to not do that.
Very good. Here you go, by the way. And welcome to the group. Sorry for all of that. I just, we got to be really careful.
Yeah. No. I mean, like,
and with that, I break out. I'll
Yeah.
break out our actual letters from the royalty and say, as you can see, we are being endorsed by royalty. So you are on a gag order for everything. You can only talk to us, and we can only talk about this among ourselves and those that may be Lyra.
sworn to secrecy. Absolutely. I don't speak to anyone until I've spoke to you first. Right.
You can only what we allow you to tell others, you can tell them. And that goes for little Lacrimus too.
Well, okay, that's a tricky one. I mean,
I know.
Please understand that I try my best. I cannot. She is a wild horse, so I just do the best that I can do. She don't speak common. So
Ricky, relax. That's all we'll ever ask of.
She's wiping sweat off her fucking brow. Right. Okay. I appreciate that.
Here are these forms. They're top secret encrypted kind of communications between the cult members, and I just need you to tell us what's on them.
All right. Absolutely. She starts reading.
Read them word for word.
Okay. I'll say
out loud.
to start with, you can tell it's definitely draconic. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, you can tell enough that it's definitely encrypted, so I need an intelligence check.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, she starts...
Actually, no. I'll make it investigation. Investigation.
Okay. Yeah, because she starts trying to read it out loud immediately, and it just comes out as like, Wuba Tantego, Okay, wait, hold on a sec here.
I'm gonna say...
Is she showing like a difficulty doing this?
I'm gonna say that, like, it looks like... I'll say that she it's showing, like, that she obviously knows the language it's written in, but is maybe having a little bit of difficulty,
I think, like, she knows how to pronounce
translating it, I guess?
but they don't look like words to her.
Yeah.
Oh, here, let me help you really quick.
Huh.
And
Oh, yeah.
Lyra will start humming a little song, and also put her hand on Ricky's shoulder and cast Enhance Ability. Give Fox's Cunning.
Wow.
Okay, so roll again for
And
advantage.
in addition,
Okay.
using her bonus action to give a Bardic Inspiration.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Wow,
roll one more
You're
time for
fucking-
the advantage and add the D8. I think it is at this level.
D8, yep.
Okay. Sorry, did you say roll again at advantage or just roll another time?
Just
So-
roll one more time for the advantage.
And then
Okay.
oh,
D8.
I'll say that's plenty enough.
okay.
Still, add the
can-
D8.
you can-
I want it
Anyway.
there.
Fair. 25. Okay, I'll say with Lyra's little humming her little tune and this like newly bolstered like just feeling of cunning. You just you figure out and decrypt this message, and basically what it is the shopping list. It says it's kind of like it's a couple scraps of paper, and it's basically one says 600 gold pieces worth of ivory and 6 purple candles.
And 6 purple candles. So she says that out loud. Yeah, wow, my brain feels huge right now. Yeah, this is just a shopping list. I'm pretty sure. Like, there's a lot of scrambling on this, but like it doesn't have much else. Like, no intentions. I don't know what the ivory and purple candles.
If you can just give me a list of all of it, I might be able to make sense of it. It's part of the investigative process here.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
a
you are
list
the
of all the
investigator.
things, and then we put them together to figure out what kind of spells and stuff they could do with that.
Right.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm
I
going
mean,
to
that's
say that's one of the sheets of paper, and the other sheet of paper just says, and I'll say this one's kind of torn. It just says Malus Maleficarum, MALLUS MALIFICARUM, and then it's kind of like torn off where something else would be written.
so it looks like a name, maybe.
Anyone who wants to, once Ricky reads it out, can roll a.
She does.
I'm gonna say a history check to understand what it means.
Oh.
Hey.
It's a local history, right?
No, you can roll one too.
I was just figuring out if I'm at advantage or disadvantage or straight.
Just straight.
Okay.
I'll say Ricky, you takes you a little quicker than you thought, and maybe it's the spell Lyra cast, but
Too. Jesus.
got a natural 20 anyway. You figure out it is a part of it. It's a part of some sort of like arcane spell or chant or something.
Oh, right. This sheet here, I mean, with your investigative of what you're about to figure out with that spell you were talking about, this has got to be a spell. I recognize this name. The Malamacarum. Yeah. You take it from here. I don't know the spell specifically myself. I just know it's an arcane spell. I've definitely recommend looking into that.
Oh no, it's not a recommend. It's something we shall be doing because you're part of the group now.
Right. Yes. Of course. Yes. Your humble squire. No worries.
Oh, knock the squire stuff off. You're not a squire. You're part of the group, buddy. You're in with it. You're our newest friend.
Wow. That's.
And if you
quite
look
an
over
honor.
there, Petey and your friend are already friends, so it's good to go.
Yeah. I
Petey's
mean,
a good judge of character of dragons, and if that dragon's friends with you, you gotta be okay.
that's very nice. I mean, Lacrame hasn't gotten to play with another dragon in a long time, so I can only imagine how happy she is. So I appreciate that so much.
Well, Lyra, you there?
Yeah?
So we have a spell, either a name or part of a line from a spell. And it looks like some spell-like inventory stuff.
I think it's about now. You see a hand kind of parting the tent as a very familiar looking, we'll say it starts out as this little half-elven boy with blonde hair, and as he walks in and the tent perhaps closes, it transforms into Aurelius. And just,
Aurelius,
something about a spell?
Visitor, buddy. Ricky, meet our friend, Aurelius. This is Ricky.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, you were one of the ones in the, chain room, weren't you?
Yeah, I got this bandage. I don't remember anything. I'm sorry, I have not more help.
Ricky is joining our group and is going to be assisting us in the, Ricky and his friend Lacrimel?
Lacrimate, but it's a
Lacrimate.
funky word. Yeah, you don't have to get it perfect. No worries. I mean, she might
His friend
bite you.
Lacrimate over there playing with Petey. They're going to be joining us. This is Aurelius. He is a trusted source for us.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance there. I can only assume that you're a much more intelligent person than I, so please don't feel obliged to over-explain to me, because I don't necessarily... It's just the investigators here that need to learn.
Aurelius just kind of smirks and goes, you could say I'm intelligent, yes.
I can tell just by looking at you.
With some little assistance, we were able to translate some of the documents that we found in the original chain locations that we woke up in.
Ah, really? What did they say? I know we actually have another young lady that has some paperwork that she decrypted as well.
Looks like from the sounds of it, one is a list of materials. I'm guessing it's spell components. 600 gold pieces worth of ivory and 6 purple candles sounds kind of like a summoning thing to me. I don't know, but I'm just guessing.
Very much my gut feeling on that.
And the other one, our friend here, Ricky, has pointed out, it looks like it's either the name of a spell or from inside of a spell, and it's Malicic Maleficorium. And I know I said that wrong, so...
I did too. I mean, I did my best to pronounce it. I'm not really into the arcane arts. I've just heard of it.
And I only...
Malus Maleficarum?
Play with them. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yes, it's, believe... this beginning of a ritual chant for... I need more of it to know exactly. That's the beginning of a chant.
I apologize. That's all I could gather from this page, and there's nothing more, despite the encoding.
That's perfectly alright.
Can you think anything that would go with those two words, 600 gold pieces of ivory and 6 purple candles?
Not at the moment, but it's definitely something we can, now we have that, look further into to try and garner some more information.
Lyro, didn't you say your magical type and professor from your school thing was here?
Oh, yeah, Professor Kamoa.
Wizard
Thunder.
type?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer?
He's, special, that one.
I mean, do sorcerers really get into this kind of stuff, or do we need to look for a wizard?
I'm not entirely certain why he's here, actually. I've been meaning to ask. Didn't really want to pry, but it's curious that he is here.
I'd say it's time we pry.
Yeah, go right ahead. That's your job as investigators, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
what they tell me.
Absolutely correct. And we're going to get to the bottom of this.
Alright, well, I believe that he was having breakfast in our makeshift mess area, and off to the side by himself, of course. Just rolls his eyes. Free to go and bother him. Do me a favor. Cause a little chaos around him, would you? It's always so enjoyable with those harmony types.
I mean, look at me. I am chaos incarnate.
Good. Oh, and Renee, do let me know if you want to know any more information about what we discussed last night.
Yeah, I'm still working on that one, but I will do so.
All right. He turns and in a swish of his cloak, it transforms back into the little half-elven boy and walks back out.
Investigator Quentin, Renee, is that your last name or?
No, just Quentin.
Right, of course.
Remember, no investigators, just Quentin.
Right, just Quentin. Yeah, that was right. I overstepped. I apologize.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm just I don't know why they've got you doing this whole investigator thing, but it's just Quentin.
Wait, am I an investigator? I mean, I didn't go to school to be an investigator. I'm just part of the group. You're not an investigator either. I see. Those two are investigators. And
not really.
You're the muscle.
We're all just victims. So, but we have been given an investigation to do, but we have no official titles. Remember, what they have forgotten evidently is that we're being hush hush quiet about this.
But it just happened to be two famous investigators that became victims.
Who said they were famous investigators?
I mean, they obviously are.
No.
Yes.
I would not. I mean, I apologize, Quentin. I would not want to argue with you, but I'm pretty sure that I've recognized these two. And I'm
sure you don't recognize Gale, but I know you recognize Lyra.
Is that you, investigator? You're the investigator. I don't understand where we're going with this.
Don't pay any attention to him. He is just fussy because he didn't get enough sleep last night.
Lyra, are we still doing this game? This guy, I did the whole magic thing on his arm. He can't tell nobody nothing. You might as well just tell him.
Right, and
yes, that we are famous investigators.
No, Lyra.
I'm getting the feeling you're a bit of
whatever.
You
just Lyra.
You're a funny one. You're a worshiper of chaos, right? Yeah. I mean, not a worshiper. You mean like the?
I'm not part of y'all's gods. I don't really follow y'all's gods.
Right.
I'm from the Fae. Well, I thought I was from the Fae.
Of course.
Evidently, I'm from a world with two moons, but I don't remember any of that. Only thing I remember is living in Arctis Tor in the Fae.
Is that like a chain metaphor sort of thing?
I got no clue.
Right. I'm sure I'll figure it out.
Literally not from your world. I will tell you this. I'm literally not from your world. So I don't recognize Lyra until I found out all the things I found out. Before that, to me, she was just Lyra.
Right. But
now I find out she's more than just Lyra.
So much more because she is a very highly intelligent and
no, it has nothing to do with any of that. Well, I guess it kind of. Well, I don't know. Lyra, is it highly intelligent and polite to not be honest with people who have their lives now are tied to you?
I think it's better this way.
I feel like I'm stepped into the middle of something, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm Ricky. I must apologize to you because I'm picking on Lyra right now, and you're catching the brunt, and that I shouldn't be doing that to you. I do apologize. I'm just happy Gale hasn't hit me yet as I duck.
I feel like Gale definitely is revving up.
Yeah, Gale is.
I think Gale is kind of like just glaring at you.
Yeah.
On the bright side, it looks like Gale is back online.
Mm-hmm.
Lacrime, well, I think we're moving along. If if you're gonna keep playing, if you would just come along with us, don't get lost, maybe.
Katie, leave Lacrime alone. Let's get out of here.
I'm trying to remember. When did you say you took out the decrees that the various royals gave you guys, Renee?
Yeah, we showed him the decrees.
How close did you look at them, Ricky?
Sorry, remind me again. The decrees, like the
that the various royals gave you to say, like, yes, you're this group is investigating that sort of stuff. How close did you look at them?
She would definitely have tried to look as thoroughly as she could have.
So you would notice
scaring her to death.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna say, because you got a decent passive as well, that if you're looking as fairly thoroughly, I'm gonna say you would notice enough to notice that the names on there, the name Lyra is not on there.
Oh.
They
Okay.
would not have put Lyra.
It finally clicks in her head, and she says nothing.
Actually, because you would see the name Natalie. You know, you recognize Shellerin, the accent. Just roll an intelligence check. See how much you can.
Quentin on the paperwork too?
No, that definitely. Well, actually,
the name Quentin is on the paperwork.
Yeah, because that's the only name you've been giving them. Yes, it would be Quentin.
Were you asking me to roll something?
Oh, just straight intelligence check, just to see how much you can piece together between the accent and the name Natalie.
Amazing.
You're not sure.
Yes, I just happened to be someone named. Imagine only one person in the entirety of Shelly Aaron can't be named Natalie.
He's not from Shelly Aaron's. Doesn't know much about the royalty there.
Anyway, so let's go find your professor.
Not that
buddy.
connected. Yeah.
Gail, you go ahead and say you try to hit me and say that twice, and then we'll be caught up on your part of the role play.
Yeah.
Quick check-in. Because it's starting to get a little bit late, and I know Trish just got back. How is everyone feeling? Does anyone want to just call it here? Because this is a decent spot to call it for now. If you
Logically, I should stop, but I'm having fun, and I'm not tired enough to go to bed yet anyway. So, your guys' call.
It can go either way. You know, I could curl up in my chair and sleep right this second, or I can keep going. It doesn't make a difference.
I'm leaving it to you, what you guys feel like you want to keep going. If you feel hurt a little bit, or if you want to just call it and come back to it, hopefully next week.
Just missed like everything, but also my Wi-Fi has literally given out every 2 minutes this entire session. So
that's fair. It's basically what you missed was shit. I can't remember what you missed.
You missed a lot of role play. You missed. I have made I scared Ricky into thinking I can kill Ricky with the mark on Ricky's arm. To make Ricky a member of the group, and then I let Ricky look at the tomb papers that I stole, and they were basically the name of some wording from a spell, and a shopping list of 600 gold worth of ivory and 6 purple candles.
Okay,
and a funny word.
And then me making a lot of fun of Lyra, trying to get Lyra to just tell Ricky that she's Natalie.
Yeah.
Ricky hasn't quite pieced it together yet.
And there's a lot of debate of whether you guys are investigators or not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we should go meet the Professor Hanoa. I said it right.
I'd say you would know him more as Xander Hanoa. You would know him as Professor, because you wouldn't have gone to Hawthorne, but that name is pretty well known across Atemnity.
Ricky, he only said that because he heard
that's fair.
Someone else call him Professor Hanoa, but
fair.
That's good to know, though.
Yeah. Just so you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, we'll keep going for a little bit longer.
Okay. I just
let me know
for another 30 seconds, so...
Oh, do
Are
you want
you're
to?
in and out. Let's stop now. Then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're in,
I'd say
we'll
sorry
call it.
then.
I need to call Xfinity in the morning because this is bullshit.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's fair.